Hello, how are you today? Can you believe today is day 12 of our 21-day quest for a summer body? Remember, it's an inside job. My name is Angela Orr, in case you're new to my world, and I've been in healthcare for many years, 39 years. I've been a pharmacist and I've done a variety of things, including owning and operating two pharmacies to an eight-figure business. Then I sold those and exited that business so that I could go into what I'm doing now. And I'm passionate about helping women around the world going from medication to meditation and so much more. And what we're doing here is we're taking the first 21 days of June up until June 21st, which is the first official day of summer, to really get our summer body on and our summer groove. So the summer body is not necessarily that you're going to be thin or exactly the way that you want your body to look like by that time, because that's not possible. And I guess maybe there is a possibility in the quantum field for that. But it really is more about how do you think about yourself and how do you react to yourself and how can we change that narrative if it's a narrative that doesn't serve you, which I have found for many women. We have a narrative in our mind about ourselves that is not always kind and loving. So yesterday, what we did is we wrote out a vision of how we see ourselves or what we want our bodies to be like. And today, what we're going to do is we're going to bring that vision to life. So today is all about how can we take that vision and embody it, like to really start to feel it, because the more that you can feel it and the more that you can embody it, the easier it is for you. That's the quickest path to really bringing that manifestation or that vision to life. So I'm going to ask you to take 10 or 15 minutes today. So each day of the 21 days, we're doing 21 days of different exercises, techniques, tools to really help us to embody, as I said, that really loving, nurturing voice or way we want to feel about ourselves. And I ask you to partake in the 21 days, but you're not going to take all 21 ways of how we can get there with you, because that's a lot and nobody does that. But what I would ask you to do is to partake in them during the 21 days each day. And then at the end, see which ones resonated the most with you and take 2 or 3 with you that you can consistently practice in your everyday life so that you can really embark on this journey towards really self-love, self-actualization, ascending to our next level that we want to get to, and get out of that way of being where we are not loving to ourselves. So today we're taking the vision that we wrote out from yesterday, and we're going to really practice embodying it. So I'm going to ask you to find a place where you can sit for 10 to 15 minutes, even if it's 5 minutes. I would prefer 10 or 15, but even if it's 5 minutes, just taking time for yourself. And what I'm going to, maybe having some relaxing, soft music in the background, perhaps some sound bowls in the background. We've talked about those on another day that you can have from YouTube or just whatever resonates and feels good to you. And what I'd like you to do is to kind of settle into a meditative state. So I want you to read your vision. So I want you to read it. And I want you to before you start reading it though, take a few heart-centered breaths. We've also talked about heart-centered breaths. So you can combine a couple of these things into one. So taking some heart-centered breath, which is basically breathing in and out through your heart area, and really kind of tuning into your body, into yourself. And then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to read the vision that you created yesterday. Now, when you read it, you can just read it through and then, close your eyes and think about it. Or what I like to do often is to read part of it, and then I like to shut my eyes and sit back, keeping my hand over my heart center, my left hand over my heart center, and just really bringing that vision to life. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is not just reading it, but truly feeling it. So thinking about, okay, I want to have a strong, graceful stride. I want to be able to really walk well and not feel like I waddle. That's one of the things that I used to feel like about myself. And, but how does that feel? How does that look? Envision yourself actually doing it. And as you read through it, as I said, I suggest that you read a part of it and then close your eyes and really try to get a sense of not only what does that look like, but how does that feel to you? How does that feel in your body as you do that? And if you can bring in some colors or a scene, textures, smells perhaps, because you're on the beach, you can smell the ocean air. The more that you can make it real to yourself, your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. So the more that we can train it and grow new networks of neurons in our brain, the more that we can identify with this vision so that we can bring it to life. So let the images and sensations really kind of like wash all over you and see yourself as exactly as you had described yesterday. You know, your body's strong, vibrant, healthy. As I said, for myself, is walking graceful, walking with ease, not worrying about how others may see me, but just really enjoying myself. And notice how you carry yourself. And as you visualize this, the other thing that I'd like you to do is to kind of notice the emotions that really are stirred within you. Are you stirring up emotions of like, oh God, that feels so good? Or are you having emotions of like, well, that's not going to happen for me? Or, I don't feel that, but stick with it. Just notice those emotions that are coming up for you and allow yourself to continue to try to fully embrace the vibrancy and the love and the desires that you have that you wrote about yesterday. And if your mind goes off in a distance or goes off to something else, like, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do it. Try to gently just bring it back to the moment. It's not about forcing or it's not about, harshness. It's about how can you just gently refocus on the vision that you have for yourself. And as I said, immersing yourself in as much detail as possible. Remember, visualization is a very strong tool that we can use to help us manifest exactly what we do want. And by vividly imagining ourselves as that person that we want to be, we begin to align our thoughts. And as I said, we actually, science-based, we actually do some things in our brain that actually connect our brain and our bodies to that future self so that it's easier to pull it towards us. So take 10 to 15 minutes today and really envision, truly live that vision, whether it's a particular scene, like at the ocean or on a boat, or whether it's playing with your grandchildren or it's walking through a fair with your husband, whatever it may be, just really embody that. And we're going to have some really fun things still coming up. We still have 11 days? No, 9 days. Wow, we're more than halfway through. So take time for yourself. Invest the time for yourself. It is a worthwhile investment. And I want to thank you for being here. I'm so grateful and honored. And if you have any questions, let me know. I would love to hear your comments down in the comment section. Definitely, if you want to reach out to me, my contact information is in the description. Reach out. I'd love to talk to you about this, about how I can help you and how can you become that person that you really want to be.